Esa, Sibirikoi, Amaga Yangu, Amaga Yambe, Sefer Bam, Iguabri, Iyogwa, Oyabab Okurama, Oyabab Osonga, Oyabab Temnam, oh.
station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
Radio Biafra.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day you shall. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazenande Ukukano. He is the king of Afali Beku. Afali Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. He is the leader of IPOB. And of course, he remained the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years. Nobody have done that. By the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, I remain George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, we must continually appreciate the Almighty Creator, Chukwukika Biama. Ubinigwe Ogodoyana Konala, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He who is the lifting up of our head. Because our help does not come from man, we do not lift up our eyes to the hills. For indeed our help comes from the Creator, he who made the heavens and the earth. And so this evening I humble myself before him, as always, and I say to him, I lift up my eyes to the hills, from where cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, he who made heaven and earth. For the Lord will keep us from all evil, he who made our lives, he who made heaven and earth. Imegi Chineke o. Kanyi nwa tụkwasị olileanya anyị chimo imegi Chineke o. Kanyi nwa tụkwasị olileanya anyị onye nwe anyị. Anya gbabago ụlọ gị ekwela ka inyere m anyị, ekwela ka ndị ụwa jụọ anyị kelebe ka chi gị n'ugba o. Ọ bụ gị ka anyị ga-eso Wamelu malao ogboge ka geso ayamari onye ọzọ anyị na-aja gị mma o n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dị onye dị ka gị Ebo Alpha and Omega, anyị niile na-asị na nedemao ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we will go to our topic this evening. Of course, our theme on this segment remains back to your root. And this is one language that scares the black civilized. Once you are too advanced as a black man, to terrorize you, just tell them go back to your root. For you to terrorize a civilized black man, tell them back to your root. Next thing you begin to hear is, oh, our ancestors is evil. Oh, pray for ancestral cause. Oh, our ancestors are evil. My ancestors is not evil. My father is not evil. Because there is a reason to everything he has done. And come to think about it. Why are we here in IPOB? Is it not to protect our central land? And then if your ancestors are evil and you are fighting to restore Biafra, it's not good though, because those evil people own this land. Those evil people left this land for us. But of course, your level of civilization will not let us reason normal. It's okay, but all of us must be born again. That is just the gospel truth. When you hear back to your root, believe me, I do not come here to pretend that everything they did in their lifetime were correct. No, they made mistakes. Just like the European, the Caucasian, just like the same way the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabian, everybody made mistake. But others has moved on to call their terrorists masters, to call their imperialists lord. Murderers and rapers, they give them good name. And then what stopped me from telling you the true history of the true king and true queen? No wonder each time they want to talk about the story of the black man, they start by saying, so person was a son or a daughter of a slave. Who the heck told you my father or my ancestors were slaves? They were the only original king and queen that have walked this earth. You never know. Now you know. And so when we say go back to your root, brother, sister, forget how ugly it looks like. Because in the end, this is who you are. You didn't choose that. That choice, you didn't make it. Honestly. With the level of the braining, with the level of indoctrination, none of us would have agreed to be black man. But let me tell you for your information, if I have 100 times to come on this earth and the creator asks me, where do you want to come from? Believe me, I will tell him I want to come from Biafra land. I want to be a black man, and I will still choose my mother and my father. Don't think I'm going to choose to be America. Don't think I'm going to choose to be Britain. Don't think I'm going to choose to be Japan. No, I will still be a black man for so many reasons. But that having been said, you cannot hate yourself and complain that people don't love you. Start loving yourself first of all. And to love yourself, go and find out the atrocity of your ancestors as you claim, which are evil. Go and find out what led them to it. Condemn all of them who led them to that evil. After all, when somebody is caught, when somebody goes out to rob, and you buy a stolen goods, you become an accomplice. You suffer the same consequence with the armed robber. And now you know. That having been said, the new generation of Biafra, you have the right to know who your ancestors are. Because if you are any way better than them, it's just a little thing. You are from the alliance. From the alliance, your father came and your mother came. From the alliance, they gave birth to you. From your alliance, which is not actually yours, another will come. The best education, the best knowledge is to know who they are, what they did. Because it will hunt us down every day if we fail to embrace it. You have Reverend Sister wearing white garment, but they condemn Obanje. But you won't understand. You have prophet. They want you to believe in Samson and dreadlock. But go to Europe and America. They are abusing and arresting you. You become first class target of criminal when they see you with dreadlock. Even here in Biafra land, let Nigerian people see you with dreadlock. They forgot you are the ancient prophet. Prophet born from the womb. Ordained from the womb. They hunt you down. They say you are Yahoo Yahoo. Of course, in the mechanic. I've been the mechanic and in the era. But it's okay. Our duty here is to confront this issue. Those who like it, let them like it. Those who hate it, let them hate it. But in the end, everybody must go back to their root. And everybody must hail Biafra. It's just a matter of time. And of course, our topic is a continuation of what we studied yesterday, which was simply titled, and is still titled, Taking Over Spiritual Authority Around Your Vicinity as Practiced by our ancestors. Our ancestors understand how to take over authority in any situation and circumstance they found themselves. In every vicinity they found themselves. They never had access to Bible. But by the time you begin to compare their deed, it will amaze you. You begin to wonder, do they actually wrote this Bible? Because they are the way they do things. The Bible says, wherever the sole of your feet will touch, you possess. I try by trying to explain certain things because I know not all of you will understand. Some people are trying to say, oh, I got more. Oh, I thought Judge Onyibe is a reverend. Oh, I got more. Of course, I'm a reverend. And of course, I'm a got more. Adia mama. Chineke bo more. And all will on your bonage fe Chineke. Oh, woga kai gechi fe ya. Ni mejoku na ime more. Anyana atwas is not a slogan. Now you know. But that having been said, I hold the tradition of my ancestors in high esteem, more than life itself, because only God will judge. Now, that having been said today, we are scattered across the globe, not because this is what we want, but we were compelled to, and then we are everywhere, and we live in fear. A prison of fear that is not our making. No matter how your parents are successful, the new generation of Biafran should listen to me. Watch your father when it comes to certain issue. They exhibit fear. They demonstrate fear. Those in America don't know what American government will do to them when they want to exercise their right. It is the same thing applicable to those in China. That is even worse. It is the same thing applicable to those in Europe. It is even worse for us as a people across the globe. This is not the life we want. A new generation of Biafran listening to me now. When the country your parents gave birth to you are telling you they are giving you child right, you are a black son or a black daughter. Nothing like child right. Because in the end, every punishment they gave to you is what will bring out the gold and diamond in you. Not ice cream and banana. Not strawberry and vanilla flavor. No. When they flog you very well, your head will be walking. You need it. This is who our ancestors is. Don't call police for your father or your mother. If they tell you to sit down, sit down. You will see the part of yourself that have been buried for a very long time. But I won't digress again. If you know that, you know that you know. To destroy the black family, they have to give you child right. How can you have a right when you just came into a world you know nothing about? You need your mother, you need your father to guide you. And not until you are man enough. My brother and my sisters, don't let anybody telling you, don't discipline children. That is not African way. And now you know why your children may not be able to stand up and fight for their right. But that having been said, we try to look at some of the things our ancestors did in order to take spiritual authority. Now let me tell you what they do. Number one, when they get to any community, they enter covenant with the sand. And I tell you today, wherever you are, learn to pray with the 4 elements of life. If you have a land, Fulani herdsmen want to take it from you. Igwe or governors want to take it from you. My brother, go there. Stay there with empty leg. And make a decree. Honestly, our fathers don't pray. They pray for people. They don't pray for themselves. They decree. That is when you used to hear them say, Ane kweku, ane meme, ana agwo, ane re. But it's evil to some of you. No, they pray for people. But when it comes to their issue, they decree. Because no son or daughter go to the father or mother to beg for school fees. They demand for it. They request for it. And no genuine father or mother will deny them this gift. And that is why God said in his Bible, if you being evil know how to give good gift to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven? You are in Biafra land. Fulani herdsmen want to take over your land. Your Igwe want to give your land to them. Your governor want to use his power to take over your land. There is something you can do. You are in another person's land. They want to frustrate you because you are a stranger. You are now locked up inside one ghetto, anywhere across the globe. And now you are a sex hawker. You can still save yourself. You are in the slave market now from this Arabian nation. You can still save yourself. There are things you do. Take authority over the elements of life. Joseph knew this dream. Joseph understands this principle. That is why wherever he go to, he rule. Wherever he go to, he rule. In my life, I have never taken second. Anywhere I find myself, I must get to the top, not on the expense of anybody. We take authority over spiritual element, but there is a limit to what all of us can do. And if all of us can come together and speak with the same voice, you will see the miracle we are talking about. Of course, we will get there. We will get to a stage when Biafrans across the globe one day will raise up their voice and they will shout, Chukwu nidima o, Jehovah nidima, Olilanya ndi Biafra o nidima, Omakansi biwale o nidima, Ezi Chineke mo, na yekele o. Araga bandi around that very day. But how will you understand? And now you know. This is what you do. Remove your shoe. Do not forget that from the earth that we made, stand on the ground. But it's very risky. Because you must tell the owner of this universe, the God that created the heavens and the earth, you must tell him, Father, this land is the land of my ancestors. This land belongs to my father. These people want to take it from me. If I have wronged them, let this earth judge me. You have to place curse on yourself first. If I have wronged them, if they are taking this land from me because I have done wrong, let this earth judge me, oh Lord. That is for those at home. Those of you in diaspora. You must stand and first of all, put yourself under covenant and say, Father, I am in the land of the Americans. I'm in the land of the Europeans. Of course, it's not the land of my ancestors. Your word say nobody can hunt me down, that you will rise up and fight for me. But if I walk against their law, if I walk against their principle, if I walk against what governs them as a people, leave me at their mercy. But if my hands are clean, I walk honorable among them, I walk sincerely among them, every plan they have to undermine me, use it against them. If you are sincere in your own part of that covenant, all those police arresting you because you are a black man, all of them will begin to have epilepsy and convulsion. Honestly. But some of us don't understand. These were the reason why our fathers were able to travel everywhere without navigating system, and they all came back home. They all came back home. Successful men and women they are. Number one, don't forget to take authority from the earth. Anywhere you enter, as I'm talking to you, people may not understand. Anywhere I enter, in fact, some people call me village man because they don't even know what I'm doing. Of course, as I'm giving you this expo, Yorubas, they know already, of course. They are learning. Hausa is learning. What we want is righteousness. We don't just preach the gospel of equity. Equality. We confront it with the principle of equity. Because there is a difference between equity and equality. So if your hands are clean, there is nothing the enemy will do. Please learn to pray that prayer. Anywhere I go to, I remove my shoe. Slightest opportunity I have, the first thing I do is I remove my shoe. And I pray for those people. If I do them bad, let God leave me at their mercy. If I did not do them bad, every bad they will plan for me will only promote me. Don't you see the life of Joseph? Every plan against him will only lead to his promotion. Until he has gotten to the top. My brother, do that. Even though you are in the prison now, do that. Enter a covenant yourself. Because he's a covenant keeping God. Our fathers understand that. Number one. Number two, the second element of life. Let's look at the water. Learn to deliver yourself. Leave Yoruba pastors alone. You are the real pastors. You are the real servant of God. You are the true choosing vessel. But as I'm telling you now in a traditional way, it looks like a gomo to you. But when your Yoruba pastor tell you, go to village and bring the sand in your village, you think he love you? That is how they have complicated our land. This is the time for you to rise up and take spiritual authority over your ancestral land. You know, no say that they do juju for us. That is why some of us, when it's time to kill our brothers, our sisters, that is when they have power. Take authority over that nonsense. Number two, you take spiritual authority over water. If you use and pray for your enemy, they are in trouble. Anywhere you are, you'll find out you are always sick. Always sick. My brother, there is something you can do. Our Father understands this. The moment you change your location, they used to call it travel sickness. In fact, our ancestors believe that when you travel from one location to another, you must fall sick. So some people, once they change environment, they believe that, the water we drink, the food we change, because you change environment. Most people, when they travel from one location to another, the moment you get there, you fall sick. Only few people who are health conscious don't have those challenges. But having been health conscious does not cover the fact that the moment you change location, some disease come to you. So what do? My brother, tell that community I may be a stranger, but the water must work for your favor. Make a decree, make incantation, drink their water, drink their food, bath with it, love their land. Do not hate them as they hate us. Believe me, everything they are doing to you will backfire on them. Our ancestors understand this truth. When you see celestial people carrying water up and down, you think they don't know what they are doing? Number one, they pray over water. Our ancestors does it. Number two, they put salt inside water and they use it to bath. It's not juju. That is why God created salt water. God knows that every community in the world cannot have access to salt water. So God made you to take salt and pour inside water and use it to bath. Don't you know that when you bath in salt water, it destroys all the charm against you? Do you know why they want to dip Quran inside the Atlantic Ocean? Their juju cannot penetrate much. In those days, when coastal region of Biafra land understand the language of water, no Fulani man or Hausa man can use their head. Today, do you know 90% of coastal region brothers and sisters don't know how to swim? The miracle in salt water is no longer there. But no, it's evil, it's a gummo. But if I were telling you about the leper Naaman, who was directed by Jesus to go to a particular river, maybe it will begin to make sense to you. When you bath in a river that is salt water, it destroys every negative magic particles in your life. But then what if your community don't have river? Or what if they have river and there is no salt water? That is why once in a month or so, put salt inside water, use it to bath. Salt is for preservation. Jesus said, you are the salt of the earth. Do not lose your value. Tell God, my life will season. In so doing, our ancestors were able to take authority, spiritual authority. Yorubas are jealous of them today Yorubas are not jealous of you. New generation of Biafra. Yorubas are not jealous of you because they can manipulate almost all of you. But they were envious and jealous of our fathers. He made them to bore great hatred against them. Why? You can never humble these people. You cripple them here, they move to the other way. You turn them to slave, they become the best. Go and ask Amadu Bello. He said the Igbo man, not today Igbo man, no, because most of you have abandoned that way. The Igbo man is a kind of a man that when you put them in a labor camp, they try to emerge to become the head of the labor camp. Brothers, is that supposed to be a crime? Is a normal human being supposed to blame you for that? Then come to think about it. You think our ancestors were speaking BB grammar? They know how to take authority over their vicinity. When these people talk, you think they are talking for talking's sake. They know what they are doing. So what they did is to antagonize you, spiritually and otherwise. I didn't say so. Amadu Bello said so. And he was not talking about us. He was talking about our father, who learned from their father and their father before their father. The Igbo man is the kind of a person that if you pull them, for instance, in a labor camp, they must do everything to emerge as the labor master. But today, the Igbo man is the one who will kill all his community so that he can become second vice president or go for second tenure. Because you don't know who you are. I'm not telling you to do it, it's not by force. I'm telling you some of the things our ancestors did. Most of you must have seen your parents doing it. And sometimes some enter covenant with coconut. Some pastors will tell you, oh, it's coconut night, it's coconut night. If you know the water inside coconut, the miracle it can do for you, you will be amazed. Onyibe know that the fabric of Africa is laid in spirituality. They destroyed it. But I'm just telling you what our ancestors used to do. There is a way they use coconut to pray, but I won't tell you here. Those who know that they know already. But it's all talking to the water sign. Jesus know the reason why he got to a particular place. Instead of healing the blind man, he went and take earth. He packed sand according to the Bible. And he spit inside that sand, which is earth and water. He made a clay out of it and did the miracle. If imagine your pastor now pack sand and spit inside the sand and do miracle, you'll be shouting, oh, is it diabolic man? It's evil. This pastor is evil. You toy with something you know nothing about. The next one. The wind. Our father understands how to speak to the wind. The wind is a spirit. And we were many times referred to as the wind. We say Ikukwa Madonya, the wind. They are angels. They go to message, the wind. They are the one that register your present with the Almighty Creator. Now let me digress a little bit. Our fathers wear cap because the cap covers a part of the head that we call rupu rupu. Let me see how I can be able to throw the light. When you give birth to a baby, at the middle of that head, the center is very soft. We call that center, that soft sponge, rupu rupu. The reason why you have it there, you know, children have more bone than adults. Because when a child is in the womb, the skull is not one bone. It's a fracture of, I think, about 6 bones in the skull. The idea is that during the birth, the skull can compress or compact according to the grammar you choose in order for the child to come out successfully. And once you deliver the child, as time goes on, those parts of the skull that were standing separately begin to heal together as one. And then the middle of it is soft. Some people will put cotton wool. Some people will put anointing oil. That very spot you see is in every animal. That very spot you see is, even though the bones has healed and is strong now, that very spot, it is open spiritually. It never closes. And now, every animal have odor. Every human being have odor in the spiritual realm. You see the way goats smell. He goat. That is how every living thing smell. When they appear or approach the Almighty Creator, he perceives their odor. And God said, for you to hide your presence and your identity, you put on that cap. Once you put on that cap, that odor is no longer there. You can stand in the presence of the Creator as far as you can. That is why you see our ancestors, one of the reasons anyway, why they wear cap. Most of us know why Jewish people put on small cap. But you don't know why your father put on the same cap. It is for two reasons. I just want to digress so that you understand the principle of taking authority over the wind. Some of you are smelling. Your evil deed around you is smelling. When you wear the cap, it's almost impossible for anybody to curse you. And neither could they bless you. That is why all the curse you are giving to police and army, it doesn't affect them. All the curse you give to governors, politicians, it doesn't kill them. All of them are wearing cap. They don't want you to know. But of course, if your hands are clean, what are you afraid of? As far as they put cap in their head, it will be difficult for you to penetrate. And so a man is supposed to put on cap. For somebody to bless you, they have to remove your cap and put hand on top of your head. But Yoruba control you in their churches the moment they say don't wear cap and enter the presence of God. You remove your cap in the presence of God and think you are honoring God. No. The moment you enter your church without a cap, that time anything they say, your spirit can contact the disease or the blessing. That is why when Buhari go to church, he refused to remove his cap because he know they can deliver him. Now, why am I saying this? Taking authority over the spiritual realm or the wind element is very important. When you wake up in the morning or at night, come outside. Talk to the wind. Send message. They will go to message for you. Learn to be practical. Learn to do exploit. And when you are connected with your people, I tell you, the enemy will not be able to do anything. Our ancestors understand this. That is why they blow native chalk to the wind. In order to make their ritual very active. When they finish, they blow it to the wind. That is what this wind will bring for us. Go and ask the sailors. It is the wind that directs them. Go and ask even the travelers. The wind directs them. Jesus say, you men, you people are hypocrites. Because you know that when the wind is coming from the north against the east pole, this is what will happen. When it's coming from the west against the south pole, you can predict this is what is happening. You think Jesus was just teaching them geography? And that is why before the miracle start in Acts of the Apostle, on the day of Pentecost, they say they were sound of mighty wind. My brother, my sister, learn to take over spiritual authority. If rain fall, it will fall for our good. If sun shine, it will shine for our good. If wind blow, it will blow for our good. Whatever happen, it will be for our good. Our fathers, ancestors were prayer warriors. They carried out spiritual prayers. When our leaders say he prays 7 times a day, some people think it's you know, when you are how do you even pray in Yoruba church? You won't understand. And believe me, that is what they do. They take authority over the elements of life, and as such, they are in charge. But some people are still praying this prayer. That is why we are here today. And everybody must rise up and begin to take spiritual authority over our land. There are reasons why they did what they did. Because you did not understand it, or their culture and tradition were demonized, does not mean you are right. Blacks are the only people who have abandoned their culture and tradition, and yet they want to manufacture a aeroplane. Every other people worship their ancestors. Remember, I told us yesterday. All the patriots of faith, this is how they worship God. Abraham did not know the name to worship God, because God was alien to him. And so when God gives him food, he will say, the God that give me food, I need your help. And when he's sick, God heal him. The next time you want to call him, God that heal me, I need your help. That is why you have Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Sikenu. All these were the words of Abraham, because he knew not the name of God. And when he had his son Isaac, Isaac don't want to sound like a broken record, repeating his father. There was no room for repetition. And so he said to him, the God of my ancestors, Abraham. If I call now, the God of my ancestors, Onyibe, come and do something for me. In fact, let me pray it in our Abo dialect. Tukunedi Onyibe biade yeni mekane indiengere ichonu webum. Tukunedi Onyibe you man cannot be one. Lihiotoni chuson the arany. Oh, he's doing juju, he's doing juju, he's doing juju. Even when I pray in such manner in English, some of you will still condemn me. But we just did what the patriarchs of faith did. Isaac started shouting, oh God of my father, Abraham, arise and answer me. Oh God of my father, Isaac and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. God of my ancestors. Who is your God? Those of you who have abandoned your ancestors. Who is your God? You are calling the ancestors of America to help you? Are you calling the ancestors of Chinese and Japan to help you? My brother, wake up. Take spiritual authority over your vicinity. We never die anyway, because death is just the beginning. You fear death because you understand nothing about it. You kill because you don't know nothing about it. Nobody really dies. The cycle continues. The cycle of life. Take authority. Your DNA already is a book of God. Everything your father continued to do, they are written there. David knew this truth, and that is why he said, you know me before I was formed in my mother's womb. For every part of my member were written in your book. That is the DNA. A cell from a man moves into the ovum of a woman, and another son is born. It is still that man. And then his replica grows up and then moved another cell into another woman, and right there in the maternal of that woman, another child is born. The cycle continues. You can't run away from it. You are connected. That is why, as a pregnant woman, when you go to the hospital, they ask you a series of weird questions. That is because the world is lying in jujuism, and they pretend. They ask you, do you have the history of twins in your family? Sometimes they ask you, do you have any sickness that run in your family, like diabetes, pile? Do you have albino in your family? Why are they asking you? Because if one of your genes is stronger any Casablanca inside the DNA, it is going to reflect in that baby. So they should know what they are expecting. And so in case you think there is no spiritual connection, because Oyibo man did not tell you, does not mean they are not there. Brother, you must learn to pray with the 4 elements of life. And most people who do that on a regular basis don't even know the implication. Because to them, it's a slogan. They just repeat it. Oh, not any ma what he can, not any ma what he in such a card, any ma what here for, or carrying ma what he unquo. But little did you know what you are saying. Ah, my father did it and I'm doing it. Go and find out why they did what they did. Some of you will not agree with everything I have said, but you will agree that your father prayed with a king. Please go close to them and ask them questions. The day you wake up, nobody can deceive you. You are south, Niger Delta, East land, upland, bottom land, on top of land, side land. All these things is because they have taken spiritual authority from you. If you are not, you are not. If you are west, you are west. If you are south, you are south. If you are east, you are east. Southeast, northeast, west, north, south, upland. All of you, your destiny have been spiritually complicated. And so anytime you are even telling me you are from southeast, northeast, not east one, not ref one, all of you, you are as miserable as the person from south. Because when it comes to the 4 elements of life, water is water, sun is sun, of course fire, the earth is the earth, the wind is the wind. This element cannot be compromised. These elements cannot be enhanced. These elements are irreducible. This element cannot be manipulated. And that is when Elijah demanded to seek God. God appeared to him in the manifestation of these 4 elements. And finally, the Bible says God was not there until the still small voice. Brother, sister, this is the time to take spiritual authority over your land. This is the time to take spiritual authority over your destiny. In our next study, we shall look at the implication of putting on cap as a man, as a woman, so that you can be able to deliver yourself from spiritual, witchcraft, demons, evil people around the globe. We must recover ourselves. Then, of course, at this moment, our lines are open. You are free to call us and make your own input, your own contribution on this very topic. And I will be back in a minute.
Biafra's Got Talent exclusive.
After this heavy rain, please let the sun rise.
Our lives are in danger, siblings and more that all day long we have been ruled by strangers. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please. There's nothing we can do without you. It's only you that will save my life. Chukwu King and Biafra, you are the one to give us Biafra. We pray. Oh, just save the lives. We are your children, save our lives.
We all like sheep has gone astray. Restore our land and heal our hearts.
Save my life.
Save my life. Save my life.
Chukwu,
Almighty Father. We are begging you, please.
Same thing, living here in the zoo. You up there, set us free. We are begging you.
See my papers, they are crying. You up there, my dying. Save our land, we beg you for love.
tears in my eyes every day. I dey cry. Nothing else I'm asking for, Lord, give me Biafra before I die. We need a clearer picture, a better future, the Lord.
Freedom, peace, what we want, nothing more, nothing less. We are tired of the zoo and your wickedness. Save my life, Papa.
Give us Biafra.
We are begging I know you can feel our anguish, but don't let us perish in the hands of our enemies.
Biafran's Got Talent exclusive.
Announcement. There will be a 7 days praise victory march by IPOB and Biafrans worldwide from Thursday 25th of June 2020 to Wednesday 1st of July 2020. Theme: all the people of Biafra shall shout great shout of praises to Chukwu Okike Abiama. The walls of Nigeria shall fall down flat. Joshua chapter 6 verses 1 to 5 and Acts of the Apostles chapter 16 verses 25 to 26. On all these days, only praises, thanksgiving, worship, shouts of victory, joyful songs will be given to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Call our Father Chukwu Okike Abiama sweet names, both in local languages and in Bible references, referring to his mighty works and power, such as I am that I am, Ocean Divider, Ancient of Days, Impossibility Specialist, Glory of Israel, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Omnipotent, Omnipresent, Omniscient, Consuming Fire, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai, Alpha and Omega, our Defender, Eternal Rock of Ages, Okechi, Ekwueme, Honorie Lorenyi, Chikadibia, Obata Obie, Abasimbong, Tamuno, Ogene, Aiba, in your local dialects, and so on and so forth. No prayer requests or complaints or supplications or lamentations or intercessions or petitions or binding and loosing will be made. It's a season of celebration of our departure and everlasting freedom from Nigeria. Fasting is not included. Scriptures to read are Day 1, Thursday, 25th of June 2020. Psalm 65, Psalm 66, Psalm 100, and Revelation chapter 7. Day 2, Friday, 26th of June 2020, Psalm 8, Psalm 9, Exodus 15, and Revelation chapter 5, verses 7 to 14. Day 3, Saturday, 27th of June 2020, Psalm 18, Psalm 124, Judges chapter 5, and Isaiah 25. Day 4, Sunday, 28th of June 2020, Psalm 81, Psalm 136, 2 Samuel 22, Revelation chapter 1, verses 7 to 11 and 17 to 18. Day 5, Monday, 29th of June 2020, Psalm 117, Psalm 138, 1 Chronicles 29, verses 11 to 20, and Habakkuk chapter 3. Day 6, Tuesday, 30th of June 2020, Psalm 92, Psalm 118, 1 Samuel 2, 1 to 10, Luke chapter 1, verses 46 to 55, and 67 to 79. Day 7. Wednesday, 1st of July 2020. Psalm 106, Psalm 107, Deuteronomy chapter 32, 1 to 44, Revelation 18, and Revelation 19, 1 to 6. Chukwu Okike Abiama has given us victory over our numerous enemies and has delivered us by his mighty hand. To him alone be all the glory forever and ever. He said, prepared by Evangelist Susan Kumwokike, signed by Mazi Oscar Okeke, head of IPOB Religious Committee. Shalom.
Yes, of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. And of course, the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line. Monitoring Spirit. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Onyibe, Biafra all over the world. Praise be to Biafra, the God of Biafra, the God that chose the Biafra to be his children. He is the one that will guide us. He is the one that will lead us. Don't be afraid. The enemies are too numerous. But imagine our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. 95% of this struggle has done it. Every suffering, every crucifixion, every sacrifice, he has done it. May we, Biafrans all over the world, give him thanks. Okay, no more Wali, including Trump, because Trump don't even know that we are his savior. America, every indigene of America, whether you are a citizen or not.
Zoophilitic network, but we must continue. We should try and see if you can call back. And of course, we must not forget what we have been discussing regarding the 4 elements of life. You must take authority over your spiritual vicinity. I mean your physical vicinity. Are you there, caller on the line?
Oh, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please, your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Cecilia.
Will you please speak like a Biafran man?
My name is Cecilia. I'm calling from another state.
Go ahead, please.
So, Johnny, I'm very grateful for what you are doing for us. We are going home. No matter what devil is doing, what enemy is doing, we are going home. I thank you, people. I thank all of your friends all over the world. I thank Nnamdi Kanu. I thank everybody. No matter devil like it or not, we are going home. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, my brother, and that is the gospel truth. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. But of course, as always, Zoophilitic network, and we must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the female line.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Hi.
Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
I'm here, Mazi. Good evening to you.
Go ahead, please.
Mazi.
Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir. Yeah. My name is Chuko Deari from Normal Land, Eka, Dumesa, based in Italy. I really enjoyed today's topic. According to the topic of today, go back to your roots. Everything you just say is exactly how my grandmother normally worship God. There is something I want to add there, because like our place, there is something we call alligator pepper. Sometimes, if there is an issue in our family, if my grandmother wants to go out, he would take 7 alligator pepper and he will pray over it. He will say that, Osoge Ejijifa, before she will move.
Osoge Ejijifa.
Yes, Osoge Ejijifa, before we move to the journey. And I tell you, you will go and come back successful. The people who are speaking evil against her will even speak good.
And there is something they also do. Sometimes they put salt in the water, they pray over the water, yes. They sprinkle it in the whole of the compound.
Normal. And they will put salt in this native chalk. After praying with that native chalk, she will blow the native chalk. She will blow it on the hair before she can go out. And today, I just want to tell my people, especially my people from Manoma, Biafra land, because we need to go back to our roots and defend our land. And if our people from Manoma are keeping quiet, thinking that this thing that is going on, that is not going to come to Anoma, it's already in Anoma. Fulani men have taken over Anoma. I'm calling Anoma people, all the whole Anoma people. Even some of our people in Edo State, like people like Ibake people are hearing me, or Zanigogo, if they are hearing me, we should come together and defend our land. And normal land is a Biafra land. We should not leave a normal land for Fulani men. And I would drop number for them to call. They should come and join us. We should discuss how are we going to defend our land, because we will not allow Fulani to take over our land. We must do something to defend our Norma. Norma is a Biafra land. Nobody will take it away from us. And if we cannot defend our land, nobody will defend our land for us. The governors are not ready to do it. The local government chairmen are not ready to do it. Even the councillors, they are not ready to do it. And we need to wake up and do something to make sure that we save our mothers. Because it's a very big shameful thing that you live in diaspora or anywhere all over the world. You will hear it with your own ear that common Fulani man who is not to last one rape your mother or rape your sister. It's going to be a very big shameful thing and very disgraceful. I want to drop a number for them to call. To come, and we should come together and unite together and defend our land. If you are listening to me, you are from Anoma and you have a biro and paper, you can write this number down or type it on your phone. +39 35 12 55 63 66. You can contact me on WhatsApp. You can contact me normal call. Anywhere you are all over the world. The number once again, +39 35 12 55 63 66. My normal people are beg. Now they beg. Dodo ni mweka mwanoma. Menwanoro seku. Nei ezu onu kokome ogbo fefe. Anoma o Biafra, Eka o Biafra, Ebaki o Biafra. Dodo ni nei united, nei protect aleyi. Ndobi arịghị ọnụ ndị kpara arịghị ọnụ ndị gọvanọ na-arịghị ọnụ dodoni
thank you very much.
God bless you, sir.
We must continue. Our people must remain focused because times are different. Our people must wake up because nobody will come from Futajalon or Yoruba land to take over our land. Are you there, caller on the line?
5. Hello.
Caller on the line, this is female line. Please, no male should call the female line. Caller on WhatsApp, go ahead, please.
Master, thank you so much.
Go ahead.
The zoo athletic is not allowing me to talk. But in all condition, we give Chukwu Karama glory. Master, I want to thank you this evening for your wonderful education when it comes to back to our roots. You see, what?
Are you listening to your radio or what?
All right.
Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Hello. This is Chidemberem. I'm calling from Anambra State.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
On your teachers today. On your teachers today, I would like to talk to you about your teachings today.
Go ahead, the word is listening. Go ahead, the word is listening.
Okay, I want to know how I can see you so that we can. I need something from you about your teachings today.
You can emboss me, but don't think you will see me. You can emboss me. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Nchọrọ nkele ya ọrụ ọnụ larụ nwa anụ kwere ọnụ.
Nwa ibo.
Usoro gbanyenye na ya ka na eze onwe ha ihe nri achọ.
Ndọnwa onye agbele bekewo.
Anyị na-eme onye agbabata agbakwe n'ọmụmụ. Onye nnụ ma ihe nọ, onye nnụ kiri ekwu okwu ojili primary school. Ekwu okwu igbe n'ọba ịka na ndị otu ebi marịrị nọmba 26 ebe akwe n'ọmụmụ ebe mewa general college.
Nọmba 26 marịrị ikunubi.
26 marịrị
onye amụọ 26.
Gbemudu mụm.
Ya mara family Osunde.
Ole family?
Family Osunde okeke.
Amari amano mena onwe mu di agbaje school.
Na wow.
Ekenu male ohaye mu kwere ikiri ekwu ya nja nke to anya nke government no ma so every day ma like ni ma anu kwere anu so le nwene mi kwodo ma wa wo ya ani ocha but agbokwe no mo ile chane. O nwene buku.
Elenko ani ocha.
Hello?
Elenko ani ocha ke no bia.
I wonder asaba.
Ndonwa. Go ahead.
Lobo ya yena ya ka na enwe ihe ri acho ba ma ware mkpo onye mkpori alum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nsagbari achiku ya no yini.
Yes.
Chiku ya no yini. Nwa mariri ya kan wo. Ya ha.
Nwa mariri.
Ya mare ka.
Nwa amukiri akpo Onyibe.
Mariri o.
Efa ho iri okwu n'okwu enwe m olu ale kene mmari the particular person. Ne mmari iri okwu nunu.
Ya mari iri okwu. Maka 26 ahụ era akpọ ya mara iwe njagwale.
Amara m iwe njagwale no.
Dani hu ogbeburu ya mara ya.
Ama
mkpakwa ebe ahụ ka iwe nne m kanere.
Ore.
So many marry
UK no. Name marry UK.
Marry UK.
Area fi where UK where that upstairs no. We were here be elu for a long time. No, rather than 20 years abopo.
Yeah. So bad yeah.
So one man.
Killing him di.
So tell them la channel but satai we anytime.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, so look at me ya ka ne ihe ndị niile ma karịa level nne nweke hụ me ọkpa na amụmene kwere akpọ egwu ha tụsọ me onye ọwụlewe hụ agbahụ m ọsọ
egwu atụzilewe ya ha onye isi enyi Nnamdi Kanu jipụ ha maka
na mụtamụ kwere na ego ntị ya
ndị na ihe were ime eja buki mufu nye nya mpamarị ya nyere nwa agwa ndị nke enyi n'uwe gbaka ikume ya ha Nnamdi Kanu jiri yuru agwụ ihe alichani maka na agha wekwa dị me uri onye ngụrọ
ari ngoro
onye si n'ugbo gonti ya gonti onye si n'ugbo konti chukwu ya yi n'eka of course. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you very much.
We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp.
Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please, your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Linus Winner. I'm calling from Port, from Abia State anyway. And so thank you for the teachings on the 4 elements of the earth. I rather have a question than a contribution.
Then go ahead with it.
I want to know why, if our forefathers made use of all these 4 elements as they ought to, I want to find why were they subdued or defeated by the colonial masters? And the second question is, how do we distinguish when somebody is using these 4 elements from idol worshiping? How do we distinguish them from idol worshiping? Because most of the times when all these things are being practiced, normally people will see it as, okay, this is idol worship. Yeah. Okay. So how do we distinguish them?
Let's take it one after the other. First of all, you said, with all this knowledge, why were they conquered? And now there is in one of my teaching, I have told you the art of defilement. Maybe you didn't follow. If you go back to my broadcast, back to your root, one of them is titled The Art of Defilement. In fact, Daniel gave this warning. And in Matthew 24, Jesus reiterated about the same warning. He said, when you see the abomination of dissolution spoken by the prophet Samuel, Daniel, standing in the holy place, let those who are reading the Bible, let them open their eye. Now, what Jesus was pointing out in Matthew 24 there, when he was telling them about the signs of earth, was simply trying to prevent the Christian so they can be aware of the art of defilement. Now, if I want to use the Bible setting to tell you the truth, this is what the enemy does. When the children of Israel left Egypt, nobody can conquer them, according to the prediction and the revelation from the prophet Balaam, when Balaam contacted him to curse Israel so he can conquer them. Now, the prophet told him, for you to be able to conquer these people because God has blessed them, you must defile them. So they release Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani women inside them, and they now defy children of Israel. And the moment that was done, the portal was opened, and Israel was conquered. Out of defilement. When we tell our people, avoid Yoruba, avoid Hausa, it's not because we hate them. We must define our territory before we open door for these people. Because there are things they do that we forbid. If you bring them in, they defile all of you. It is like bitterness. The Bible warns seriously. It says, be very careful you do not allow the seed of bitterness to grow from among you. Because when it does, it will defile many people. Our ancestors became so kind and so holy, like me and you. And they allowed other people, their enemy, to defile them. Nobody will attack you without knowing your weakness. And that moment they defile you, all your power will come to nothing. Imagine I have Odieshi and you are coming with AK-47. Do you think it will work? And so what do? when you know I have Odieshi, don't carry cutlass, don't carry gun. Take dry wood. Odieshi will come to nothing. These people understand who we are. They took advantage of us. We have what is called unsala. When a woman is under her normal woman cycle, he don't go close to the husband for 7 days, or else he will defy the man. It's in the Bible. Do we take knowledge of all these things? There were times it will be a taboo when you do certain things. But today, we don't even consider those things. Now, to cut the long story short, we have defied our spiritual arena. God warned the children of Israel not to do certain things. That if they do those things, it will backfire on them. Those are the acts of defilement. So when these people want to come and conquer you, they came with juju. They came with juju. And do not forget, this the strength of our ancestors does not support evil. So if you are evil, you are doing all these things. It is the gods of the land, as they refer to it, that will kill you. So with open heart, they opened door for imperialists, terrorists, all these people who invaded them. They came in as friends, studied that which held us together, and then they destroyed it. Then they conquered us. And if we realize this truth and go back to before they were conquered, you will understand why we are the descendant of the queen and the prince and the king rather. Now that is on that side. Now when you talk about how if people will not misunderstand you, my brother, we spend, black people all over the world live their life with the intention of what will people say. Today everybody is enjoying pharmaceutical drug. Do you know Onyibe have to kill black people and use them for as a lab pig? Everybody is drinking the drugs now. Nobody is saying it. Without IPOB, without Mazen Nandekano, by now, World Health Organization and Chinese people will be using Biafrans to test coronavirus drug. If you are waiting for approval, they are going to tell you you are evil and you are going to condemn yourself. That is their job. They are referred to the accuser of the brethren. Ignore them. If I tell people what to do now, they will say, oh, they are teaching evil in Radio Biafra. If Yoruba pastor tell them to do it, it is holy. My brother, if you are listening to what people will say all the time, they will destroy your life. The person who wear shoe, now I know where they pepper am. You that is doing it, know you are not worshiping any idol. And we don't do that. For instance, I wake up and I take 7 alligator pepper. I throw them in my mouth and I make incantation. And I know in my heart of heart I am talking to the owner of the universe. Is it not the person who made alligator pepper? Do you know in Yoruba church they consider kola nut as evil? And our fathers pray with it. So you will lose the spiritual authority attached to using kola nut. If I tell you the wonders of kola nut, it will amaze you. Don't let people tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. Devil is a black man. It's okay. Angel is a white man. Jesus is a white man. It's okay. Judge Onyibe is a black man. When I do or use plantain to fly to America, it is witchcraft. And when Onyibe use iron to fly to Nigeria, it is aircraft. When I wear masquerade, it is evil. And when Onyibe do Halloween, it is wonderful and splendid. Don't let them tell you who you are. You send a message back to them. So if you are waiting for them, they will never approve you. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe our people has to be enlightened on what is exactly idol. Because I know that God is not happy with idol worship. So our people need to be enlightened that this, when you do this, when you do this, that is when you are worshiping idol. So anyị mara nke idol ka anyị gbara ọsọ. Then our tradition.
You have made a wonderful point there. And one of our studies, what you just said is very correct. I will have to make them understand the difference between the idol worship and when it comes to the exercising of faith. If you are a Christian, there are a lot of things that if we want to carry them out practically, they are written in the Bible. It will amaze you. You will think we are native doctor. But like you said, it's important our people understand the difference between worshiping God and worshiping idol. Because a lot of people do worship idol even without any object before them. A lot of people do. And so hopefully we will look into that. Thank you very much for your intelligence.
God bless you.
Yes. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yeah, Mazi, good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
This is Cheka Okara I'm calling from Czech Republic. I'm a native I'm Biafra in Mbitoli, in Oworo province. Ana m akpọ n'abalị a ka m kelee gị na ọrụ ọma nke ị na-arụ ma na-asịkwa back to your roots, jisike na back to your roots. Ị na-akpọlite ụfọdụ ndị na-ehi ụra n'ụra, ịkpọlitego many people n'ụra, and anyị ji aka iji gbanye na ihe ị na-ekwu. Ma one of my uncle mgbe ọ dị ndụ, ihe na-akọrọ gị na that is something that happened live. When I brought one morning, like it's around 10 o'clock. So the man he went to the room and bring cola, bring and wine. Then they pray. After how much are the Oja Tacha the Oja, what the Oja, the man, Allah told boy that today no but time. Na here bra oshi yabra. Na ama no nyo no wonyo di uta. But na here yagara na ga reverse here yabra. Ta akpo yok. No ulomege mmadụ kpọ yok ya zo onye ya hapụ ka ihe ulomege. So that is the thing that ihe uru ọjị bara, because ikwu ga ihe gbasara ọjị. Ịnabata mmadụ ọfụma nye onye ọha ọjị, because ọ na-eseve ndị dị ndụ. So n'ụbọchị aha ọ na-enyu nkwụ, and o tila akpị n'inyụkọ elu nkwụ, nwaanyị akpọ ya si ya today, nwaanyị akpọ ya bịa ya si hapụkwado ya, nwaanyị akpọ ya cheta datin nwaanyị damanụ gwere ya ọ return back ka o wepụrụ akpị ya omubeghị 10 steps ebe akụkọrọ agba kpojuo edo nkwụ ọ na-enyi. So all the agreement of mmadụ ịkpọku Chineke n'ọnọdụ nke anya wụghọzi ihe niile, because I werele Bible kpuchite onye ọbụla anya in so many things. Ma ihe ikwuru banyere ijiji aka n'ala ikpuru ewere aja ala kpokuo maka na mmadụ zọwa ihe all those things na-eme, but ndị be anyị na-ewerele anya ekwutezi okwu onye ọbụla sị gị na ewevu onye chọziri mazi that this is the way our forefathers live their life, that favor them, that make them strong, that make them to live long. Then those are that calling our elders are the ones that learn more and more. So a bad thing. So now here that today mostly with that the possible. Because they are not Ohanese. We don't have Ohanese. Who are the Ohaneses? Which local government? You don't know Ohanese. This is social club. You don't know something. How can we representative in all states, in all local government, and in all towns must be a member of Ohanese? Who are these members? We don't know them. Then in the hold responsible on the chief. Onoga the possible then should bring all their numbers, because can we kidnap that they have to wake up. So all the most important thing, can we keep on the chief waking her up by force, because we can't be keeping quiet. So many things is going wrong in every aspect of life, in the way we live. Our life, everything, they are changing it upside down. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. We must continue. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Mazi. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Bukalan Kamada. I want to thank our leader, man, and our dear, and you, Mazi, I want to say to also my coordinator between us. I will woman with and the oldest place. I got to make you to find a question. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, please.
Concerning our, the other day, I asked about cleaning up. You explain it for me. So I'm always like to so that I will know how to defend our answer. There's things that I need to understand. Sometimes we saw people maybe for their family they are thief or something, amulet or something like that. So when I ask some questions, they will say in the olden days when they born a newborn baby, neck will visit the baby. So that neck that visited the baby initiates that baby. I mean, if the baby grows or for their generation like this, or generation, now the thing will be solved. This is the cause of ancestors. That's why I ask, is it our ancestors that sending this neck, or is it our ancestors that if you don't like it, you send that neck to go and feed that person so that it becomes something? I'm not understand. That neck, is it our ancestors?
I really don't understand your question, honestly.
Question is, you say in the olden days, people born a baby, a snake will visit the baby, right? So that
not in every community. So any community where you see such activity happening, there is something, a covenant that they are in. Some community don't eat cocoyam. Some community don't eat snail. Some community don't eat rabbit. There is a covenant their ancestors made that made them forbid it. Not because those things has power in themselves, but because they made agreement with the creator of the earth. As it is in the Bible, some people will say, because you do this thing, from this day. In fact, Joseph's waist broke. When Joseph wrestled with the angel broke his waist. The Bible said till Jacob died, he was limping. And because of that, the children of Israel, all the days of their life, they stopped eating the waste of animal. So if it were to be Aboman, they will say it's juju. The point there is that it depends on the covenant those people have with their ancestors, or their ancestors have with their creator. We have evidence of it all over the Bible. Do you understand? I cannot be specific in answering you now because it depends on the community. From where I come, we have such spiritual occurrence everywhere. But there is something behind it. And by the time you know the truth, it doesn't bother you. Some community snakes go there, stay with them. It doesn't bite anybody. Some river don't kill indigene. And some river kill indigene. There are a lot of rivers in where I come from. Some of them, if you are indigene, your hand is not clean. Don't enter there because you will not come out. Some of them, if you are a stranger, don't go there. That is what they call unsala. And if you try it, you will understand. Now, the point is, at the point of contact, at the moment of covenant, something happened. It's just like the same way criminality run in some people's blood. Check them. Somewhere along the line, they were cursed. They were cursed. But somebody can grow up and understand that, oh, they cursed my family. And what do? They can disengage from that curse. And there are sacrifice or ritual that they are going to perform. And then normal people start coming. Some people, madness run in their family. It's in the Bible. Gehazi was cursed that his descendant till the end of time will be the generation of leper. All of them. But if any child of Gehazi wake up and see that they are leper, what are they supposed to do? They engage the creator, like what the poor man Jabez discovered. Jabez discovered that they were meant to be poor. He confronted the creator and said that you might have mercy upon me, make me honorable. And God did answer him. And so it depends on the moment of covenant. Very important. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
Onyibe. And then the Megara sin Onyibe Blipel. As long as we should go back to our roots. Now, in fact, one name will be Puchagia. All the Maka, I like Chebanishi. And many things I am take one man who just walk it now, who about to touch a new and other things. Hi, Chifucha. What can get one and put in na Kuzali if any Nagaga as Onyibe. I said, Onyo Ukochuku cable. But only the guy Naga Sena, oh, you want your gum more, you want this and this. You want to go find that you want your gum more because it's only for Chineke, you fear my more than Ezoku. Chineke more. I like a me preba. You problem or drama one. Or one and look at one. If it's in Dodger. I need Jim Roger, I'm a Jim Roger before they face him the money. I may send in the front of them. Jim Roger in the money. May a killer because some number is here. But that's in number if I or is your work on your work. You have to remember your roots. You get to Kutari, your ancestors in those days, the one you she had to put on Zaha. The email I people name, but here to ime ihe nna gị mere as long as ogburu mmadụ omegburu mmadụ o jighị ya gwa ọgwụ ka o megbuo mmadụ nwanne oge erishi gị nwanne mee otu ahụ ma ndị ugwu abịa na-enye anyị nsogbu were mkpụrụ ọjị gị jekwa okwu na ala ọhịa gị nwanne gafe ihe ga-emeghe that place ya badata onye ọla bịa na ala ọhịa mmadụ na ọwụ without being permitted ihe ọjọọ na-emerụ onye that is it. Otako ha nnọnụ maazị Onyibe ọ ga-agọzi gị Chineke nna ga-agọzi gị nnọọ ya gazie gị na eke gazie gị na orie gazie gị na afọ gazie gị na nkwọ na ụbọchị anọ ka nwere n'ala Igbo ya ga-agaziri gị nwanne it's well with you nwanne.
Thank you very much.
Ise.
Yes, caller on the line. Good evening from here.
Good evening, Maazị Onyibe.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Eke Kala. I'm calling from Aba. I am from Apangwiten. Thank you for picking my call this evening. And I thank our leader, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, deputy, and you, Maazị Onyibe. I just want to answer some of the questions which you treated this evening about that man. You know, even in the Bible, in Exodus chapter 20, the Bible even tells us about what idol worshiping is. Because the Bible, God commanded them not to worship any graven image. So even in the church, when the images are even photos are images. When you went to churches, you see them hanging photos in church. All those things are images. You say that image of something from heaven or anything you see on earth, you can never worship image. Our ancestors doesn't worship image. God also commanded them to make an altar of stone, which is exactly what they always do. After doing the altar of stone, even the libation is even in the Bible. Why are we condemning our ancestors when they do what God commanded them to do? So we must understand in ourselves that our ancestors are not evil people. They are good people. In fact, my own ancestors, I adore them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very brief and very straight. Are you there, caller on the line?
Hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. As Judge Onyibe, I am Jane Wachiko calling from a boy province.
Go ahead, please.
I'm so happy to get here again this evening. I use this opportunity to greet our leader, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, the Iroko of our time, and Adike one of Biafra land, the Kembu boy state, and also our deputy speaker from my phone, and again, Judge Onyibe, the Biafra, the lion of Biafra land. I also greet all the media crew, all the principal officers, and I will not forget to greet my superior, Nene Anya, the head of finance. I greet all of you. May Ekekero bless all of us in the name of Yahweh Yeshua. Actually, Personally, this evening, the thing you really thought, they really touched me. I have much to say about what I will say online. I would like, after this program, I would like to get your number so that I will call you and explain more things to you, because most of all those things you have been teaching, I have a lot of experience of it, and the thing really made me to rediscover whom I am, because there are many things that have been happening before. So at times I would think that maybe I'm doing a wrong thing, or I'm getting myself into a wrong thing, but these teachings, even what happened to me when I traveled to village this last Christmas, I will explain it to you, not what I will say on the air here. To really understand that there are many people that understand the nature, and they are using it they are using it against some people. They are not using it the right way as they explained it. And so many things that when they are doing things right, you will think that maybe you are serving juju or you are serving idol. But knowing the difference between idol and worshiping of the Chukwukika, you will now be perfect in all what you are doing. Because most of all these things do happen, and many of us have abandoned our root seriously. And these things that would have assisted us for what we are doing, then we are now seeing the opposite of it. And that boils down to all this nonsense that is happening in Biafra land. Because when I stay on my own, I will be pondering and wondering, you see that all these circumstances will come to our land and start disseminating it and slaughtering people and killing people. Does it mean that those things that our ancestors or our forefathers did before, they can change this message? It will enter the bush and scatter all of them. Even snake or any other dangerous things, even scorpion bites, all those things they use it to fight those things. Does it mean that there is no any other holy or elders that can put their hands together and speak a thing and it will start happening? And the Bible, we are told that we will say a thing and it will be established unto us, and we will decree and God will honor it. Why is it that are not doing such? And everything, and all the people that are carrying the big Bible everywhere, moving up and down, and none of them will decree a thing and now and it will be established. Why? What has gone wrong? So they think keep on bothering me and wondering me. We claim that we serve God while they are not serving Him in holiness and reality. If actually the way we claim that we know God, we serve God, that we serve Him in truth and holiness, whenever we just call on God, He will just answer us immediately and do the thing. But instead, many people are using it to disseminate and they defy themselves and the land as well. So they think just keep on disturbing me. I mean, I'm the person that mostly benefited for all these teachings. There are many things that I am going to narrate to you later. It's not all the things I'm going to say on air, because maybe all those things you will not put me right on the right channel. I'm really blessed for this teaching. You are really a source of encouragement to mankind. I thank God for creating people like you to work with our people. God really programmed and positioned you in the right direction. This shows that actually this course is a divine course, and thank God that very soon we will be in our holy land of the rising sun for everybody to jubilate and celebrate and worship our God in the rightful way. Thank you for opening our eyes. May
Thank you very
all
much.
glory be upon you people in the name of Yeshua.
You see. Thank you very much, Ada. We must continue. Are you still there? Caller on the line.
Hello, I'm on the line.
Go ahead,
Am I
please.
speaking with Maz Onyibe?
Yes, and you are live on air.
Yeah, Maz Onyibe. I called to react on the man that called about the snake, which he said that you made mention about. Actually, in my place, I'm from Ovim, Isquator, my land with head for reasons. In my place, there is one small green snake. We call it a kamam. And that snake doesn't kill. If your mother or a mother give birth to a baby, that little snake, if the mother wants to go to stream, that particular snake will come there to stay with that baby, no matter the age, and nothing will ever happen to that baby until the mother comes back. If you are having a meeting or a gathering, if that little snake, grain in floor, comes there, if you want to tell the snake to go out from that gathering, just bring this, what do they call it, Enzo? That is a stiff chalk. Throw it to that snake. The snake will just go out. Even if it's cooking in the kitchen and you have your baby in the kitchen, in the bedroom or outside, the snake will come, stay there, nothing whatsoever will happen to the baby. That is my contributions. I just want to react on that person that called about snake. I am from Ovim, Iskuato, precisely in Obai. I hold my name for reasons. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is well understood. And somebody said on Facebook, I just want to react to what you said. Sister Blessing Odo. It's a native daughter. Where are they? This is the time for them to show their power to these Fulani headsmen. The truth is that most of them have been defiled, they have been compromised, and they love the gain of ungodliness. Most of them. They are busy looking for who to do Ababet. That is what they are doing now. They have this power. They did Ababet to me. I understand that Ababet. Among others. They prefer to, in fact, Yoruba Juju supersede their own Juju. Because Yoruba Juju, most especially through Yoruba church, makes us to be very powerful when it's time to kill your brother. That is it, my sister. But of course, they are listening. But we have a way to deal with all of them. We will come back to them. Are we threatening anybody? No. My father told me that when the elders are dishonorable, when the leaders are dishonorable, the people are automatically removed divinely from any oath. Did you get that, the line of those words? When the leaders, your elders, your governors, when they are dishonorable, which means when they broke the oath, the promise they made to the people are divinely removed from any form of oath. God himself will do that. Now you understand. But of course, I will take one or two more calls, then we'll wrap up this segment. Caller on the line. Yes, we lose that one. Caller on the female line. Are you there? Caller on the female line. Caller on the female line. Caller on the line. Are you there? Caller on the line. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Casey Onyibe. Okay. Okay, from Akpu. Akpu is in Orumba South local government area in Anambra State. I live in Italy here. You know, at times, Onyibe, you're great. When I listen, if I come back in the evening and listen to your lecture times, I see what a matter of man is this. Thank you very much. You know, at times, all these Johannes and all these chiefs in our land, they will say, these children are abusing people, this and that. Why are you doing that, Mario? You're an idiot. You're not a leader. If you're a leader, you lecture the children what happened, what your grandfather told you, what your great-grandfather told you. Then they will know where they're going. Look at our villages. Everywhere they're killing people. What Nyawood and the clerk and all these people went to Abuja, they say Buhari. Nyawood, are you a small boy? You don't know who is Buhari? Let me pay them 50 billion. Is it money we are talking about now to get our own nation to be free, to come back to Africa and develop Africa?
Is it money we are talking now? Tomorrow they will say IPOB. Time, no problem. The time is coming. They will see the men party. They will see it. These people are criminals. In fact, is the worst idiot in this planet. He went to Abuja. He telling Buhari, we are seeing you to court. Who's Buhari? A man almost 90 years, become a small boy 30 years old. Even Ghanaians know that this man is not destroy the embassy of that useless people they call Nigeria. Let them go and sue Ghana to court. They can never do anything. Even their president never talk about their embassy they destroy in Ghana on Friday to Saturday. They never talk anything. Channel television never tell the country that their embassy have been destroyed. They're claiming that they have president, they are this and that. These people called Ohanes and Igbo. These people called Ohanes and Igbo. They will see it hot one day. There is no problem. My brother, continue your good work. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Kola on WhatsApp.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning from here. My name is Idejo, with my name, from Asia. Yeah, I'm from Enugu Ezike in Igbo North, local government Biafra land of Enugu State. And my suggestion for what we have been saying is, I want to ask and plead, please and please, I will be very, very happy because in all your topic is very, very nice. Any topic you bring each day, it will look like the one is the best. When you come tomorrow, it will be like the one you bring tomorrow is the best. So what I'm asking you people and our leader is please and please, I will be happy if this topic, every topic from you have been preaching and the one our leader is preaching, if the thing will be on book as put on book as Bible is, so that to teach our children and the children the good work and the knowledge you people have been giving us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. And then hopefully this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. Make no mistake about it. When they tell you about our central cause, also remember our central blessing. If we remember our central cause, and then we should be able to enjoy our central blessing now. Abinobi so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Biafrans all over the world, America, stand up! IPOB, US, America, 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 IPOB, America, America.
Oh yes, IPOB USA, and the state of New York. Just like we all know,
This information is directed to the IPOB in the United States of America. Going with all our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has recently said
we must do the needful. If you have not joined IPOB family yet, or you intend to support the struggle for the restoration of Biafra, now is the time.
To join IPOB family in the New York, please call our state coordinator, Mazi David Ezekwesili, on 832-245-5640, or the New York State Deputy,
Mazi Izu Okoli Mbadike, on 646-645-8237.
Other zone coordinators include Bronx Zone 1 and Mazi Dr. Ekweme on +164-664-43957. Ize Obina
+192-9509-8008.
Staten Island, Mazi John on 347-203-0871.
Thomas, 6462269487.
Brooklyn Zone,
Saints Abalakwe,
AM on +16 462 365246.
Queens/Long Island,
Mazi
Elochukwu, 16469566219.
Bronx Zone 2, Wada Beatrice on 347-5177-934.
Or Reverend Jeff.
You live anywhere in the U.S. and you want to join or contribute, call our national coordinator, Dr. Okoro, or our national deputy coordinator, Wada Lady Prestige. Or you are a woman in the USA, you can join our women wing. Call Wada Mommy Okafor on 121-571-57709. Also, if you want to contribute, USA will not fail our leader Nnamdi Kanu or disappoint our motherland Biafra. All hail Biafra, Biafra, we hail you. Signed, David Ezekwesili, New York State Coordinator.
US, America, 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 IPOB, New York, America, America, America.
Yes, sir, this is where we draw the curtain for this segment. I will be signing off temporarily. Do not go anywhere because I'm coming back almost immediately. Sincere appreciation to those of you who were able to call in. Apology to those of you I cannot take your call. In about 1 hour time, the line will still be open for everybody to make their contribution. Udo derende cha udo munim ndewunu.
Onye ka nga kpọsi onye ọma ebu atụgbu enu